Let me get you on camera. Where you from?
California.
No, for real. No, serious though.
Watts, baby.
I know where you from though. Where you from?
Eastside PJ Watts.
I'm from Grace 2 Rock, nigga.
Right.
They call you, homie.
Big Slice.
Big Slice?
Yes, yes.
All right, nigga. They call me Puto, cuz.
Right.
And that hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Let me shout out this podcast because it's Hispanic brother, Ricardo Ignacio podcast. Title is Mexicans Against Black Reparations. And I heard the first minute or so. It's about 11-minute video. And he seems to be speaking on the side of sense. Pretty refreshing to see self-check within a culture. So with no further ado, let's see what these Mexicans that say blacks don't deserve reparations have been up to. It's a crazy concept, right? And they wonder why there's no unified movement to be anti-ICE.
Well, I heard they passed in North Carolina, but it was a small little town in North Carolina that passed reparations for whoever's over there. I'm sure they'll try to do something out here in California. I think they already actually got a little board going that they're going to start looking into it.
That's where we, the Raza, need to step up, protest, and I'm talking major, and turn around and tell them, no, nobody gave reparations until the Native Americans and the Mexicans get ours first.
How slow-tarded are you not to realize that Native Americans have received reparations for a long time just to be hating on the blacks when you have no history of going through what blacks have gone through right here on this country that we're talking about receiving reparations for? It's crazy.
We've been going through this crap a lot longer, so I don't want to hear it. Because it's not fair, dog. How are you going to give a bunch of money to a specific group?
Cállate, cabrón panzón. Let me translate what these three chingaderas were basically doing. White man, why are you giving those people over there your crumbs? We deserve your crumbs first. Can't you see that we are a better model minority? We kiss white ass all day. We seek proximity to whiteness. And just like you, white man, we're also racist against them blacks. Can't you see? We are more like you. So please give us your crumbs first before you give it to them. Them people, they don't really like you. We do. We worship you. And that is what these three chingaderas were basically doing. And I want everybody, especially you Mexicans and Chicanos, Latinos.
Somebody in the comment, let me know what a chingalati, whatever he's saying. What is that? I want to know what that term means.
I want you to pay attention to this part. I want you to notice that Latinos, Mexican, Chicanos, whatever, like these, that always, and I mean 100% of the time, go out of their way to say, do, or take action against black people are never, and I mean ever, 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 going against any other race and or demographic of people. Not the Asians, not the Indians, not the Arabs, not the Europeans.
And you can't help but notice them dudes sitting there having this discussion have such a sereno Southsider sense to them. Not that they all are like that. Shout out to my boy Tragedy from Torrance, my boy Seven Music from Torrance. Shout out to my boy at the Hater World. That's my partner. There's more. Shout out to my boy Abraham from East Los, Baymac on IG. My real folks. It's Puto peoples. I got a lot of peoples that's Mexican through Puto family, but them dudes, I'm not surprised to hear them popular.
They have no problem with any other demographic acquiring any form of benefit in this country. Do you guys remember Stop Asian Hate? It was a policy literally passed from one day to another when Asians were being harassed in this country for being Asian. And literally from one day to another, Asians, just like that, were granted a policy to stop Asian hate. Meaning, if any people went out of their way to hurt an Asian just for being Asian, it was a law that you were breaking that it specifically protects Asians. In this country, you can't say anything about Jews, and I mean anything negative, because you're anti-Semitic to the point of you going to prison.
Shout out to this bro right here, man, kicking straight facts. Facts that were filling in the black box. We don't give a we keep it to Google. He keeping it to Google.
Just for saying anything negative. And you don't see a single one of these Mexicans, Latinos, Chicanos, whatever. You don't see a single one of them have anything to say, any complaint about any other demographic of people acquiring any form of benefit and or protection from this system, from any form of discrimination against them. In other words, this is specifically anti-blackness. And we have to point this out because people like this will argue, oh, I've nothing against blacks. Some of my homies are black. Never mind your homies. Why is it that when you make an effort to go out of your way and have a desire against a demographic of people, it is only black people?
Good question.
And I'll prove my point even harder with this. The Latino vote for Trump was over 45%. Over 45. Some stats even say 60%. In other words, more or less, half of the Latino population voted for Trump. Even if it were 15%, that's still too much. But half? Anyway, I mentioned that because as soon as Donald Trump won and got into office, one of the first things he did is let's deport these goddamn spics. And all of a sudden, on the news, social media, everywhere, you see a bunch of people that look like this getting dragged the hell out of their vehicles and sent the hell out of here, legal or not. And what was the reaction of these Latinos that voted for this? Where are all the black people at? So wait a minute. Why not? Where are all the Asians at? Where are all the Middle Easterns at? Where are all the Europeans at? Where are all them white folks that we kiss ass to so much? Why was the first thing to where it became a hashtag, where are all the black people at? And black people collectively said, also became a hashtag, we're gonna sit this one out. And all of a sudden, Latinos, oh, what happened? I thought we had brown and black unity. Brown and black unity? First of all, you voted for this. That's number one. Number two, how is it that you want unity with a people whenever this system wants to grant a people any sort of benefit and or...
And I hate to, use prison as a model or an example, but why would those same dudes, you feel me, the same people in prison be trying to take your head off because you black and siding with the Aryan brothers and all the racist gangs against blacks?
Protection, you have no problem unless they're black. How does it hurt you if black people, specifically black Americans, gain reparations? How does it hurt you? Jews got reparations. I've yet to hear one Latino, Mexican, Chicano complain about that. And I bet you, both of my Kiwis, you will never hear a single Latino, Hispanic, Chicano, Mexican, whatever, complain about any form of benefit that this system grants Jews, Asians, etc.
And when it comes to hip hop style, slang, even wearing the Jordans and things of that nature, the haircuts, the two earrings, the fade, the style of jewelry, the way they do their cars. It was a time when I grew up, you knew a Mexican car as soon as you seen it. Not so much now. They borrow all that flavor from us, and hating on us like that is crazy.
Donald Trump literally is targeting people that look like this to be identified as illegal. And somehow, some way, black people getting reparations is an obstacle to you. What happened to black people in this country? It is a struggle that happened in this country. What happened to Jews didn't happen here, didn't happen in the Americas. It happened in Germany. But somehow, some way, this country must give them reparations and nobody has a problem. This country overly protects.
Just because this country is involved in this grand scheme to hide the identity of the real Jewish people, the one that the Hebrew Israelites speak of and point to in the Bible, that were brought over on ships and spread and dispersed to the four corners of the earth.
Them and nobody has a problem. I don't have a problem with it either. But I'm saying the people who were forced through slavery in this country were violently discriminated against systemically for hundreds of years to this.
Killed, raped, pillaged, robbed, murdered, hung, buck broken, just to name a few of the other atrocities that my ancestors suffered right here on the Americas.
Just because you're black, by default, you're a criminal. You're up to no good. Those are the long-lasting effects of demonizing an entire race of people. And they don't deserve reparations? But another people that were put through horrible things in another continent do? And you Mexicans, you Chicanos, Latinos, you have a problem with black people getting reparations? To the point where you feel it's important to do a whole podcast about it? This is what you want the world, our raza, to be educated on? We must go out there and protest against black people getting reparations? This is your message? We have Latinos for Trump. We have ICE dragging us out of this country, and most of those ICE agents look like this. Little children.
Pick your battles. What he trying to tell y'all, you got bigger fish to fry than being concerned with me and my people perhaps finally getting some version of the 40 acres and a mule that was promised to our ancestors for the way they was fucked over. You got real issues, ICE issues.
In detention center, concentration camps. Who knows what they're doing to them in them? But your problem is black people getting reparations. This is why I encourage black people to continue to sit this one out. Why I continue to tell black people it is to your detriment to even waste your time with this brown and black coalition. I never thought I'd see the day, I swear to God, where I would see Chicano, Mexican, Latino podcasters make an episode about encouraging raza to go protest against black people getting reparations.
I know that's not representative of the entire Latino community. However, we did see how the officer, the female in Texas, felt, but it's kind of good that they were so open to be candid and once again expose the hatred that does exist amongst some of them. At least the ones on that podcast, we know they aren't the only ones.
I never thought I'd see the day, but I'm not surprised because I recognize, and I've talked about this for years now, I recognize, I've identified, I'm familiar with the anti-blackness in the Latino community or lack thereof. And for the Mexicans, Chicanas, Latinos that are going to come to the comment section, Ricardo, wait, not all of us. Well, if not all of you, say something, do something, shut this kind of shit down.
Man, one more time for Ricardo and his rhetoric at the moment, man. I got to give it up. Give him a couple of those. Fuck it. No, give me another one.
Because otherwise, we are a collective of people. And when a large percentage of people that look like us, that are Latinos, Mexicans, Chicanos, whatever, are doing shit like this, meanwhile, the few of us that don't think like this, rather, then don't get mad if this becomes our reputation and our image. We are a bunch of anti-black, racist Latinos. So racist that we hate ourselves. We voted against our best interest. So if you are not going to stand up against shit like this and use your platforms to address this bullshit instead of using your platforms to take selfies all the time, then don't complain if this becomes our reputation. That's where we are in 2026. Latinos, Mexicans, Chicanos, they hate black people. Even if you, as an individual, don't, that's our reputation. That's our image. You don't like it? Do something about it. Speak up against shit like this.
I challenged my boy, Blue Devil of the Haters World, my partner, been my partner in these YouTube streets for quite some time. You know, you speak on a lot of sensitive issues. I don't know if you yet to speak on this, but I'm very interested and curious to see what your comments would be. I'm pretty sure I could imagine they'll be appropriate, especially at this point. But I believe people like the viral way, when they speak out, these are the moments when they would appreciate hearing a voice from the Latin community condemning that bullshit. And that's why I gotta applaud my brother right here so much.
Let me get you on camera. Where you from?
California.
No, for real. Leave it on. Serious though.
Watts,
I
baby.
know where you from though. Where you from?
Eastside PJ Watts.
I'm from Grace 2 Rock, nigga.
Right.
They call you, homie.
Big Slice.
Big Slice.
Yes, yes.
All right, nigga. They call me Puto, cuz.
Right.
And that person, big shout out to SPR, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe, stay tuned, all that.